Good afternoon, I'm Carolyn Mamchur, and I'm here to talk about my research. Talking about research is a very difficult thing for me. The reason being, I don't like to look at research in the old-fashioned statistical analytical way. I don't believe it. I think it's a lie. So I started out my career doing that and saying there was a little small question and maybe I could find the exact right answer to it. So why was it that you were in a certain circumstance and something happened? So you have control set up. Well, to me that seems so fake because life is so much more complex than that. And I tried so hard at the beginning to be objective and to take the humanity out of the work. And then I discovered that I was just going about it all backwards. I wanted to put the humanity in the work, not to take it out. So objectivity was just set aside. And I thought, no, what I want to do is have a subject understanding, a very subjective understanding of the subject. So that means using your intuition. That means looking at a situation in a sort of way called an arcology. And that's like an archaeological dig, where you muck around, and what you're mucking around in is the people and their relationships and the work they do together. So I'm saying, can you create a situation, for example, for education that is really meaningful to people, so it's relevant and meaningful? How do you create those conditions so that kind of learning can happen? How do you train teachers to do that in a classroom? How do you train students to be open to that in classrooms? So those are the questions and those are the implications for education. How can we have an education that makes a difference to human beings? Well, the answer to it is extremely complex and long. So you have to do an archaeological dig. You talk to the people, you observe, you record, and you say, okay, that happened in this situation, it didn't happen in that. Let's talk to the people. What were they feeling? What did the teacher do? And you can sometimes pretend to be able to do these things, but in the end, the results show the truth. So it's how do you really get into that place with a generous heart and an open mind where you're listening and you're caring and you can make magic happen. I met Dorothy Heathcote one time and I thought, my God, she knows how to do it. So I began an archaeological dig. I read everything about her. Now, she doesn't like to write, so I had to go to England and study what she was doing and watch her. There's something that she does that's magic, that transforms people. So what is it that when Dorothy works with people in improvisation, they say afterwards, I was transformed. I was a young girl, 15, I got pregnant, I've been on drugs, I didn't believe in myself, and now I'm at the university. What happened that Dorothy could do that? And the next guy teaches improvisation, and the kids jump around and pretend they're bananas, and they pretend they're giraffes and kangaroos, and it's nothing. It has no meaning at all. And yet they're both using improvisation. What is the difference? What lets it happen? That's the question that I want to ask. And I only can find that answer by digging deep, subjectively, not objectively, but into everybody's hearts and minds. So that's what I like to do, dig it around.